Lost something, no. The cost of opportunities is always good to know. But if you know that, then you're good to go. Yeah. No dreams too big. Chase anything, got the passion to do. Only a dream till it happens to you. Finally seeing money, now I'm acting a fool.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Van Voris here for another video for you guys today. So, today I wanted to talk about, well, my first car, which is also me admitting that I used to be a RICER. So, let me drop, I only have two pictures, so let me drop the two pictures right now. So, as you can see, I used to be a RICER. God, it's so weird to admit. But, like, you know, you look back at stuff that you used to do, and you're just like, why did I do that? And the reason I'm making this video is because some of the stuff that I used to do, which, I don't know, maybe a year ago, which was considered, well, more than that, I mean, which was considered being, you know, a RICER, like basically all the stuff that was in the Fast and the Furious #1, you know, like the side decals, the underglow, the shitty offset rims, what else? The mufflers that sounded like bumblebees. What other dumb shit did I do? Carbon fiber on a car that literally, it would have not made a fucking difference if it was carbon fiber or not. Oh my god. So, let's start the story. So my first car was a 2003 Hyundai Elantra. My mom actually bought it brand new. I think when I was 14, I went to the dealership with her and I thought it was the coolest fucking car I've ever seen. I was like, holy shit, it's a GT, oh my god. Not knowing fucking it didn't mean anything. But I really liked it. You know, stock, it was an okay car. Like, obviously, it probably had like 130 horsepower stock. But, the real reason that I really liked, you know, when she gave it to me, the real reason that I really enjoyed that car was everybody had Hondas and Nissans and whatever else, and no one had a Hyundai. And that's why I liked it, because no one had it. You know, if I showed up to meets and stuff, I'd be the only Hyundai. Like, nobody was fixing up Hyundais back then. And still, the Hyundai scene is not very good. I mean, Hyundai has a long way to go before they're kind of out of the woods, so to speak. But anyways, so it was red, it had a spoiler, you know, it had aluminum wheels from the factory, and I thought it was so cool. And after seeing Fast and the Furious, because I think I got my license, man, I didn't get my license until I was 17, but, you know, I was driving illegally, like probably most kids were. But, you know, as soon as I had money to fix it up, I was doing stupid shit to it because I thought it was so cool. So, I think the first thing that I did besides window tint, which, you know, I still do window tint, which that's never ricey to me. Unless you are one of those guys, oh my god, have you seen the, they do like the split window where there's like one little clear piece across and you can like see through it, and the other is tint. That's stupid. Like, just tint your whole windshield. Anyways, so the first thing I did was put this giant fucking graphic across the side of it, and I remember spending like, oh my god, probably $300 or $400 on this thing, and Jesus, it was just the most riciest thing. I think that was probably the riciest thing I've ever done. But, you know, I saw it on Fast and Furious, and I thought, oh my god, this shit looks so cool. Like, look how fast it looks just by adding the graphic. And, I don't know if some of you guys can relate to this or not, but what else did I do? I did the underglow. I went and had it installed, and you could have like a million colors, and I got pulled over like more times than I can count on my fingers. And it's weird because now underglow is coming back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, can you guys just please leave the underglow in the past? Just, that's something that should have just never came out, you know? We see people in Japan do shit, and we think it's cool. In reality, it's not really that cool. What else? I probably changed my muffler like 5 or 6 times. I wanted to do the quad tips, but I did the quad tips with like the giant fucking fart cans, which looked retarded. And then I ended up hitting like this point of like, okay, I should buy a really nice muffler. Now, mind you, this is a Hyundai Elantra that has, I don't know, 130, 140 horsepower. And I bought this super nice HKS carbon fiber burnt tip muffler for it. And I thought it was nice. Even to this day, those are really nice mufflers. I think the muffler was like $800 just for the actual muffler that's this big. It was like $800. And I was like, man, I'm going to install it. Never ended up installing it. What else did I do to that car? I put, shitty ass rims and tires on it because I didn't know really much about rims or tires. I was like, oh, those look kind of cool. Crazy story about that. I actually got those installed, and the place that I went to in Colorado, and mind you, I saved up all this money for these rims and tires, and I thought it was so cool because they looked super nice. They were like, the machine face ones. Like, they look like shit. I mean, I don't know what was going through my head, but, at a different time, it was cool. So, but crazy story about that. They only put one lug nut on each rim, and I almost had to end up suing the place because I was driving down the road and it's making this sound. I'm like, what the hell is that? And come to find out, they only put one lug nut on, and luckily I pulled over because if I would have continued driving, I probably would have crashed the car and really got seriously injured or maybe even died. So that's a nice little scat pack. Yeah, here, I'll show you guys. That's nice. Nice little scat pack. So, what else did I do that was ricey? Holy shit. I never did any engine work because at the time I really didn't know much about engine work. I did like NGK spark plugs and like the stupid ass red wires that are supposed to give you so much more horsepower, which obviously doesn't do shit. I did a cold air intake, which fucking, again, it doesn't do much. It's so stupid. What else did I do? I think I lowered that one. And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, man, this is like ricey stuff. This is not cool anymore. What can I do to like, restart over? So I had this brilliant idea of, this is so stupid. I wish I had, I'm gonna try and find more pictures and post them later, but I had them on a different computer. That computer crashed a long time ago. This is before like the iCloud was around. Anyways, so I had the bright idea of, okay, I'm gonna paint it flat red, which I like that color. Flat red is so cool to me. I'm gonna paint it flat red, but I had the genius idea of molding over the rear door handles and making it so it looked like a 2-door, but it was 4 doors. And so I go to this place. The guy thinks I'm fucking retarded because, obviously he knows about paint and bodywork. I'm like, no, I've seen it at a car show. It's super cool. Like, it's a 4-door, but it looks like a 2-door. Well, then I ripped out the entire interior. I mean, everything but the seats. I took out the dash. Because I was going to redo everything. I was going to redo the whole interior, whole upholstery, redo the seats, redo everything. Not knowing how much shit like that actually costs. And oh my god. So then what else? So then I got it painted. It came out okay. I did a black roof and a black hood, like a matte black roof and a matte black hood. It came out okay. Then what else did I do? I had these Koenig, I don't know if you guys remember them. They're what are they called? They're the Koenig wheels that had like those plastic inserts that you could like change color, because that was like super popular for some odd reason back then. And I got like 18-inch wheels, and so what I was gonna do is I went and had them powder coated, and for my birthday I told my mom, like, okay, I want to get them powder coated flat black, and then do the red line on the outside, because that was really popular too, how you'd like really small red pinstripe on the outside. So I had those done. They came out okay, and then I started realizing, holy shit, I'm never going to be able to finish this. Like, this is gonna cost like $10,000 probably. By the time I wanted everything like the way I wanted it, I didn't have enough money. Like, where the fuck was I gonna get $10,000? So what ended up happening is I actually had to sell the car because I got to a point where I couldn't do anything. So I took a perfectly nice car that was, you know, just a nice little Hyundai Elantra, and I like ruined the fuck out of that car. So, and again, I did all the RICER shit. I mean, I did everything. So I was out of that stage, and I was like, man, I really want to get another Hyundai Elantra so I can do it right. Like, do it right for the first time. And so I ended up finding a black Hyundai Elantra. It was like an 01, and this is my sophomore year in college. I didn't have a car, and I saved up some money because I was working, and I was like, man, I want to buy a car. So ended up finding a 01 Hyundai Elantra. I think it was a GT. I can't remember. Yeah, it was a GT. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to RICE this out. I learned my lesson, but I really, like, for some odd reason, I have this, like, desire to, like, fix up a fucking Hyundai Elantra and, like, make it so goddamn cool. So I put, like, nice shocks on it. I put a lowering spring on it. Sorry about the sun, because it's right in my fucking face. I put lowering springs on it. I put, what else? Nice shocks. I actually kept the stock wheels, but I painted them, you know, flat black. So like on the outside, it was a clean looking car. Like the body, it needed like a full paint job and like body work for sure. It was not like in the best shape. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna dump money into it and put like a turbocharger and shit and put like, you know, waste a lot of money because, you know, honestly, you're not gonna make a car that fast unless you just have money to just throw away. So what I want to do is just make it nice. So I ended up putting cold air intake on it. I didn't do the stupid ass NGK fucking wires that were so fancy because I learned my lesson. I ended up putting headers on it. And what else did I do? I put a carbon fiber hood on it. Again, God knows why, because I was trying to make it look nice. I had to retrofit a carbon fiber trunk from an 04 because they made a carbon fiber trunk for the 04s, but they had different tail lights, so I had to like retrofit it so like kind of fit, kind of didn't fit. And that car actually ended up blowing up. So what happened is because I was all excited, I was like, cool, I finally got, you know, this car where it looks decent. You know, yes, it's still a Hyundai Elantra. No, it's never going to be fast. You know, it was not obnoxiously loud because I had the headers on it with like a full exhaust that didn't have any mufflers on it. It was just a straight pipe exhaust. It was like stupid ass fucking loud. And so what happened was it was raining, and you know, you have a cold air intake, so the cold air intake goes all the way down to the bottom, which I will never do a cold air intake like that ever again because it's fucking just retarded. But anyways, I'm driving, and there's this huge pothole, which I can't tell it's a pothole till it's too late. So I go in nose first. It's probably like 8 inches deep, full of water. So I thought it was just like a little pothole. It was full of water. Hit it, blew up. And you know, it sucked because I was like, man, I actually was starting to finally like not be a RICER. You know, and I still kind of look back and I was like, Jesus Christ, like what was the point of me fixing up a Hyundai Elantra? Like I really had this like deep desire to like not be a Honda boy and just try and fix up a Hyundai Elantra, when in reality it doesn't matter because you're trying to fix up a car that, you know, honestly is never going to be really nice. So I've always been a fan of Hyundais though. I've always liked them. You know, my first real dream car was like a Genesis Coupe, and then when Rachel bought that, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool, like this is the most awesome thing. And you know, that one I thought I was doing a really good job with keeping it clean. I learned my lesson, wasn't going to do any RICER shit. I was actually trying to do performance parts on it. So I just wanted to give you guys a story of me being a RICER, because I'm sure some of you guys on here have done like RICER stuff. And I think it's just like a learning process, because I drive around like even Amarillo or when I'm in other states, and I'm like, why do people still do that shit? Like you can tell when like a Honda drives by and it's like, beep, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I thought we were past all this. And then you see on Instagram and YouTube, and it's like underglow is coming back. You've got Street Speed 717 doing Lambo doors, and there's people commenting like, yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'm like, oh my god, are we not past this yet? Like, holy shit. It's like all the bad trends are making a comeback. But, you know, it's like the stance thing. In like 5 years, you know, you're going to be like, holy shit. That's just a new version of the RICERs. I mean, that's what it is. So I just wanted to kind of tell you guys a little short story of, you know, me being a RICER, me used to being a RICER, and, you know, obviously I drive a Hellcat now, and I've learned my lesson plenty of times where not to do stupid shit that follow trends. Like, you know, some of the wide body stuff is cool, but a lot of it is just like you're ruining your car for a trend that in a few years is not going to be popular. You know, if it's cool, if you like wide body and you're going to have that forever, that's cool. But some of the stuff, you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're ruining a perfectly nice car where you could just do nice rims, nice tires, nice little, you know, airbag or stance kit. You could stance it a little nice, not wide body, like a car that you shouldn't be wide bodying. And it's crazy to me that people just don't learn. It's literally the same shit over and over and over again. And like, I'll be driving and there's like, I have seen it. There are people who, you know, those those like LED, what are they? Shit, LED like valve cover things, where like it lights up when you drive. I'm like, oh my god, why am I seeing this? Like, this is so crazy. People still go to Walmart and still go to AutoZone, go to that section and just pick up a bunch of shit and just put it on. I'm like, oh my god, like, can we just like get rid of that section in Walmart where the auto stuff is like cool and you can like slap shit? Like, we need to just get rid of it. Whoever owns Walmart or AutoZone, just please get rid of all that dumb shit. Just get rid of all of it. So, but I feel like, you know, it's a learning process. It's like me and my brother, we used to be really into stereos. I mean, like, really into stereo systems, where we would go to competitions and all that other stuff. And, like, it's funny because now, if my car is too bassy, I don't like it. Like, I'm perfectly fine with a stock stereo system. Like, I wish my Jeep stereo was a little crisper, but, like, I'm way past the point of, you know, trying to have bassy cars again. And it's funny because, you know, I think it's like a high school / college thing, because like you see a bunch of kids who are doing it and I'm like, you know, they're like, oh, do you have a system in your car? I'm like, no, dude, I'm way past that stage. I'm past that stage. I don't rock with that stuff anymore. But, you know, we used to do competitions and go to all these things, and I don't know if they're as popular as they used to be, but I just feel like a lot of this stuff is just phases that we all go through. And some people get out of those, and some people, I guess, still get stuck in them. So, have you guys, I mean, I was just curious to see if any of you guys have done any RICER stuff. You know, post I don't know if can you post pictures on YouTube comment? I don't know if you can, but if you can, like, share, like, a link or send me a DM or Instagram me and let me know if you guys have any RICER stories. Let me know. I think I should do, like, a video series of, like, going RICER hunting or something and just showing you, like, the shit that people still do to this day. And, you know, we're talking about stuff was popular like, what, 15 years ago, maybe less. It's just, it blows my mind what people still do. And you can go to car meets now and people are still putting like supercharged stickers on cars that aren't supercharged. There's still like videos like on 1320 where they're posting like guys just completely bullshitting their way through what engine modifications they have, and really there's nothing done to it. Or they put like gigantic fucking rims and tire. I'm just like, holy shit. Are we not past this yet? So, but I guess, you know, it's a phase for some people. Some people, I guess, just still enjoy it. So, I was just curious to see if any of you guys had a previous RICER experience, or, you know, maybe you knew a guy who was a RICER. I guess, you know, I'm admitting I used to be a RICER, but I'm past that, I promise. You know, and it's funny because, like, I was always into, like, the show car-y stuff, and my brother was more into the performance side of stuff. And he's like, why don't you turbo the Hyundai? Why don't you? I was like, dude, I just want it to look nice, and I ended up making it obviously look like a fucking RICER. And, you know, I'm glad that was popular back then, because I would never, ever do 95% of the stuff that I did to that car now. I would never do that stuff. And that's why I'm really careful with following trends, because a lot of this stuff, it's cool now, but in like 4 years, is it going to be cool? Like, have you seen all the lifted trucks that have like the super stance wheels and stuff? That stuff's not going to be popular in a few years, you know? That's like with the Jeep. I just make it look how I want to make it look, you know what I mean? Because again, some of the off-road stuff, it's just showy. So, I guess at the end of the day, though, it's your car. You can do whatever the fuck you want to it, but just remember, there will be people judging you, probably. So, I just want to make a quick video today, since the Hellcat is out of commission, and I have like a big list of videos I wanted to make. And my brother like sent me a picture of my old car like probably a month ago, and he's like, dude, you should do a video of you being how you used to be a RICER. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm gonna have to admit to YouTube that I used to be a RICER. So oh god, how much money and time and just I wasted on so much stupid shit. But you know, it's okay. You live and you learn, and you hopefully don't do it again. So let me know in the comments below if you guys were a RICER like me. But my name is Kevin Van Voris. Make sure you guys are following me on Snapchat and on Instagram. I want to give a shout out to all you guys. We hit 4,000 subscribers. I am so thankful. You know, only a few months ago I had like 100 subscribers, so I think it's awesome. I enjoy meeting all you guys on social media and commenting back and forth. Whether you hate the channel, whether you like the channel, I appreciate you watching today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you like the videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got a ton of content coming, and thank you guys for watching today's video. My name is Kevin Van Voris, and I'm out.